How many times have you died? We could posit through a certain abstract interpretation of Everett's many worlds theory that the number is infinite. Imagine every decision you make creating a splinter universe where you do the opposite. For every left turn, a right. For every conversation, a silence. For each accepted invitation, a declination. This saturates our theoretical multiverse with an infinite number of us's. There is a you watching this video, and there is a you watching a different one. There is a you learning a new skill, while there's another exploring the imaginary landscapes of pseudo-philosophy. Of course, our brains are messy products of evolution, localized to a single body. If such a multiverse exists, we're biologically limited in our ability to perceive it. So in your day-to-day, you should be encouraged to behave as though such a thing does not exist. To act in a way which anticipates every possibility would be selfish and antagonistic. If you know for every universe where something doesn't work out, there's another where it does, what sorts of risks might you take? What sorts of consequences could you wave off if they are but a drop in the bucket of infinity? Imagine your consciousness extends beyond your body. This can be experienced in dreams. Often when discussing our dreams, we speak in terms of I, even when I does not exist. Maybe you are someone else actually, but still able to see or experience things you were not present for. Dreams might be better described as though they were films, a sequence of events strung together by someone's logic, and you as a disembodied bystander, floating between scenes, skipping time, observing essential events. But that wouldn't be right either. Not if you've been in the minds of the characters in your settings. Not if you've felt their emotions, heard their thoughts, all of which is plenty possible in the dream state. This is a certain expansion of consciousness, available to those inclined via lucid dreaming and its cousins, something anyone can experience if so motivated. This, of course, proves nothing, but proving things will never be the intention of this series. What it might suggest, though, is a mirrored connection between the characters in your dream, which essentially amount to aspects of yourself, to an overarching higher self, connecting you to the characters in the dream which you are currently living. Your dream characters don't appear to be aware they are being observed, for if they were, they could not enact their roles in the production. They are not aware that you are embodying them. They don't know that they are connected, all aspects of your mind, exploring what it might in your sleep. They don't know when you're about to wake up, and they don't know that, or if, they will cease to exist when you do. So let's bring it back around to you and yous. Imagine all your selves strewn across the multiverse, unaware of each other. Now imagine yourself as a dreamer, able to go where you wish, able to shine your consciousness on any individual aspect of yourself. Imagine the versions of you which fall by the wayside. The ones who do not answer the call of destiny, the ones in the wrong place at the wrong time, unable to untangle their karma, or to get a little darker, the ones who died, the ones who skipped that doctor's appointment, the ones who didn't use their turn signal, the ones who tripped, fell, and broke their skulls. Where would you shine your light? Which you would persist in the narrative of the dream? Well, probably not the dead ones. If we can turn the weirdness up a level, we can touch on what we'll call the escalation of absurdity. If you are experiencing the universe from the perspective of your most persistent self, you must be continuously shifting your consciousness into less and less plausible realities. There was a frighteningly non-zero chance of you passing as an infant, not even considering the unlikelihood of your particular conception. Then, there's all the bullets you've dodged. Most folks have a near-death story, or 5 times they could cut it close. We could consider all the minute possibilities of any individual cell of your body going rogue and becoming cancerous. The fact that you're alive now is already an incredibly improbable, given the complexity of your narrative, and you might consider that the world around you reflects that. Your surroundings seem to make less and less sense, the circumstances of your setting more and more absurd. The older you get, the stronger this feeling of alienation grows. Stranger than fiction, as the world reaches new incomprehensible technological highs and impossibly confusing societal lows. Reality shakes, and you approach terminal age, somehow persisting as everything you know changes faces or dies. But I suppose that's not a very helpful environment for entangling the karmic knot either. If we have burdens to unload, people with whom to make amends, it wouldn't do much good to be the singular spark of mind at the heat death of everything. So if quantum immortality is a reality, it must be ignored. If the light of consciousness shines on the most effective agent of self, it must be in some way karmically guided. Loss must be constant. Lessons must be constantly presented and overcome, and the knowing after the ordeal must be total and bittersweet. To know yourself over 1 billion lives, to understand what you would choose, what you would reject, what any environmental pressure may yield when applied to your soul, would be to know yourself fully. This would be self-love, self-compassion, fullness, and forgiveness before you embark on what comes after. Be that heaven. Be that another person and another lesson. Or be that you. Again and again. I live, I die, I live again.